I have an interesting piece of some historical import for us today. It's a 65-note roll issued by the Aeolian Company. It's a song from a Broadway show. The song is titled Tell Me, Dusky Maiden. The show it came from was called Sleeping Beauty and the Beast. It ran from toward the end of 1901 till about the middle of 1902. 7-month run, all told, 241 performances. It's a duet between King Bardo and Queen Spadia. Interestingly enough, both of these characters were portrayed by men in the initial production. Make of that what you will. A number of prominent people in the musical scene had a hand in this show. Arthur Collins, who many of us who are fluent with the early record industry will recognize that name. Arthur Collins wrote the book for this musical. He's credited along with someone as co-creditor, J. Hickory Wood. Make of that what you will. Gene Schwartz, who wrote a number of somewhat known rags, at least in the ragtime community, also wrote some of the music for this show. But this piece and a couple of other pieces that were fairly successful in this show were written by a significant, at the time and still to this day, significant African-American songwriting team, that being James Weldon Johnson, James Rosamond Johnson, and Bob Cole. Their output is worth looking into if you're not familiar with it. Probably the best known piece that the three of them penned was Under the Bamboo Tree. But this is somewhat later than that, just a few years. This is the duet, Tell Me, Dusky Maiden. It's not all ragtime. It has syncopated elements to it, but you'll also hear little snippets of the Wedding March. So here we go. By the way, I apologize for some of the tuning on this piano. We installed some new strings recently, and they're stretching and adjusting themselves, and so there's some tuning issues. But you can live with that if I can, and I'm doing it. So you'll also hear a couple of fluffed notes at the beginning. There's some minor wear issues with the roll, but we'll get past all of that because it's neat stuff. So here we go with 1901, Tell Me, Dusky Maiden, from Sleeping Beauty and the Beast by James Weldon Johnson, James Rosamond Johnson, and Bob